everyone. Arriving slowly. What your needs at times attention. And wait for a few more people, and we'll start immediately. Some spelling mistakes today. I'm going to have that about before we started. Hello, by the way. You can't do jokes on online courses. No one laughs. Do you have a few more people? No, Miss here, your next, or Annette, and probably if we carry on in about 3 months' time, everyone will come on time. We'll just wait a few more minutes and we'll begin. What I'll do is I'll just invite people again. We seem to have to be every week. I'm not sure why, but just invite the people again every meeting. invited everybody, and let's see how quickly it goes. Johnny or Rick, Johnny, Thomas, maybe allow the people to come. Ready. Okay, so we're going to start. Welcome everybody. I see the regulars back. Hopefully people will just on the way. I'm just going to mute the microphone so that there'll be no background noises. I know if any of you saw the showed you that I left on the site. Really a nice clip to show what happens in a conference call in real life. I'm not going to play it now, and if you haven't seen it, I strongly suggest that you look at it. It's quite humorous take on what happens in a live chat. Just to see a show of hands of people that you can hear me. You should by now know how to raise your hand. Obviously, your net can see me or hear me to the face and with me. And making coffee. No doubt. The people are online and with me before I start. And then you got Anat, Naomi, Shani, Ronit. So again. Today in our lesson we're going to be creating Google sites. Welcome Shani. We're going to learn how to embed the code that we saved last week, and I'm going to just recap for those of you that don't remember last week. We'll also talk about information for our next online course meaning that should be long distance course. It will be on Thursday night, and information about the file online course, our reflection next week. I'm going to say it a few times, but I really recommend that next week we'd like you to have a microphone. So then we hand you the microphone to talk, that you'll be able to share with us some ideas. We're going to ask each of you to just spare 5 minutes or just a bit about yourselves, things that you're doing in the classes, things that you've learned from the course, so that you can share with all of us. So part of your work that you'll be doing until next week is just a little bit about yourself that you can show us. We'll give you a mic, we'll give you the ability to think, and you could, I'll talk more about that later. Okay, if we remember last week, we dealt with different applications called FlipSnack and Go Animate and YouTube Editor. We created I can't think. We created, can someone do the word? We created applications where we're sharing information. What I'd like to do is during the week, and I've put up the pupils' poems, and I'd like to share it with you because I enjoyed reading that, and it's something that you could say to the site when you make it. So if I double click and make it bigger, so I'm just reading one or two. Everyone is different but the same in many ways. Shir enjoys dancing, Ron likes holidays, Dana loves fashion, Mike enjoys cooking. It's this Russian, Hadat likes fashion too. Next page. Has one brother, Shiri has one brother too, and so on. And this could be a lovely way of presenting your school kids to the other school. You can also have a picture. If I remind you how we got to this, we upload PDF files from Chips next time. And for those who don't remember how to do it, it's all in the video from last week. Okay, so how does today work? What I do is I'm going to ask you in your browser, I'm going to show you first what to do, and then I'll ask you to do a few things. So I want you to, in your browser, to type site, in English, site, and you should get to Google.com. And those of you who haven't got any sites, you'll probably have a blank page here. And on the inside, you'll have create. For those of you who've created certain sites, you have all the sites that you've created over here. So what you do, please, is to click on create. Follow 3 or 4 6 steps. I'd like you to choose a blank template. The reason why I'm choosing a blank template is one, choose a different template. It's very difficult to convert the new template to an easier template. And with all due respect, it's far easier to work with a blank template and add errors and pictures and whatnot to it, as opposed to getting a ready-made template that's impossible to work with. I'll give a name for your site. I'm calling Howie P2G area. For argument's sake, you could also write this part in Hebrew. This part over here has to be in English. What happens if I write in Hebrew? Then to write an address for myself. Why does this address have to be in English? Because this is the internet site that everyone will get, which is related to your main site in your main internet site. So I'm going to call it Howie P2G area, and this is the name I'm going to get to my site, and this will be the unique address, the unique URL for my site. If you at this stage to select a theme, I don't recommend it, but there's no reason why you can't. Just selecting a background theme, like in PowerPoint, selecting a theme for the background. If you want, I prefer to have it once, but for the purpose of this lesson, I'll do something very simple, and you have to type in the letters. See, every letter will be different to make sure that you're a human and not a computer. And click on create. If no one has got the address that you got, your site automatically created. That's the wrong word, and I'm saying LAMVL. And create. 20 seconds for the site to become Sigma Gnomes. And this is the site, and it's completely new. I'll show you how to build on this site. What I'd like you to do, please, is go to create the site, get to this page, and just copy your address onto the Doodle page. I'm going to create a table where you add your address. If I go to the Doodle page, go down, and I'm going to create a table, insert table. We have our name and our site, and then on this site is going to use it for your school to show if you've got at your school to the school site or the school that's across the sea. So in case my site is it's not, I'm sorry, there's the email. I'm going to go back to my site and copy the rest at the top. I'm going to do the Doodle page and input my site and write my name. And I see that Naomi is already on board doing exactly what we're doing. I'd like you please to, as well done Naomi, and I'm going to give you a few minutes just to do that. If you write in the chat once you've done that, I'll keep the page open, but see that Naomi manages that, and we'll see the other people as well. And you just say everything that I read is in the document as well, in the document, and so on. We can see the top of the page, and then a note is just coming to the document to put in the information. If you could tell me if any of you have got sites that you're already using in the chat, I can see them, we can actually have a look at them and see, and you can verify if you're using already. Okay, so Naomi and Anna, you put in the site. We're waiting. If anyone needs me to re-show you how to create the site, just let me know. Once again, if anybody needs any help, still waiting for all the people to put in at the moment. We've just got Naomi and Anna. If anyone needs a recap, please let me know in the chat. Google. I think that's working together is phenomenal. As you can see that who's doing what at any time. It's so open and it's really amazing. I want people to put their site in because if I start going forward, there'll be a problem with how quickly you get back into it. So I really want people, I'm going to just really wait 2 minutes just so that everyone can put in their address. Okay, let's ask how can I turn the page into English? So I suggested go back to the Google Sites area and you wheel over here, the wheel of the settings, and I open the settings and I use the settings. And you've got the first word is Safa, and yours will be English. It'll probably be Hebrew, so you just open it up and choose English UK or English US, and you live. And then once you've done that, you refresh your pages, and it should be there. I'm waiting for 1 or 2 more people. Just gonna put the address in a second. And I think that's all. You need perhaps if you want to at any stage write in and tell us about your amazing experience in London. No, at the moment. You'll need to spend a few days in London at a conference called and she unfortunately hasn't got a voice. Back sick because she went sick, but from what I understood, she had an amazing time, and hopefully next time she'll tell us a bit about it. In terms of the education, internet, and relevant out there, that is the conference video, and I'm sure you're making sure in a week or two. So Nick for that. So I'm going to move on. Perhaps if Carol, if you want to share the link with me in the chat, or Shani, if you want to share the link with me in chat, and I'll put it on. I love the lecture here. Okay, and Carol. Okay. So once we've got that, I'm going to go back to my site. How to the area, and I'm going to show you we've got on the site at the moment. And the site is pretty there. We've got our top there. We've got an option to edit the page. We've got an option to add a new page. And we've got this tab for. We don't touch more because more settings at the moment. And what's important settings is share. I just want to start by showing you with the share that and the teacher overseas be editing the same page. So on the one hand, I wouldn't change the setting public on the web, any on the internet can find and view. I wouldn't change the setting because I want people to be able to find it and see it on the internet. However, you can add the address of anyone else that has your team over the seas. You could add the address and they can edit, and you can both be on the site that you keep together. So we've got a site, and over here we've got our home page. On the left-hand side, we've got the address bar, which there's not the location bar, the navigational bar. We're going to be adding pages that I'd like you to add. So I'm going to go back to Google Sites here. I've created a bit of a work plan, and what I'd like you to do, I'm going to show you how to do them, is please go to the site, embed the Google document. We'll do that in a minute. I want you to open up 5 links in the sidebar. How do you do that? Okay, so you're going to open up a new page. Name the page, call it I'm going to make up 5 pages. The page is the story page. The page is called embedding. Embedding. You're going to have a page called calendar. You're going to have a page called photos, a page called all of us, and classes. I really don't mind which order you put them in because the order can be changed later on. But I'd like to make the 5 pages. So how do you do that? We create a new page. I called it all about. And we should be a web page. And I'd like to put the page at top level. I'm going to explain the different levels in a second. But I'd like to create the page, and automatically once I've created the page, you can see our home page, and the second page is all about us. Once you've done that, click save. You add another page, so we're going to add a new page. But for argument's sake, at the moment, embedding. You put it at the top level and create a page and save it. Here we've got all of our embedding. So we've got the page, all of us, and embedding. And then you do carry by making a page called calendar, a page called photos, and the page called classes, please, in your site. That as well, and I'll show you what you do. While you're doing that, a page called mistake. What happens if I put in a page and I make a mistake? I go to more, delete this page, automatically delete the page. Okay, so what I'd like, if you can just put up your hand if you've done that. Can I write the titles again? Sure. So the titles are name, embedding, photos, all of us, and classes. I see that already done, and I know me is done, and I'm waiting for another second. But I'll do this. Correct. I can actually show you all your work while we're doing it. Perfect. And I'm showing you a rest page because, as you can see, Hebrew and English is completely compatible, so you really don't have to worry in terms of the a few ways, please. If I ask you please to go to your right page. Your page is with the 9 dots, and if you could go to your drive, and open please by creating a document. And if you could please decorate, you can call it first page. Please decorate your front page of your site. This is the document. Call it P2G. You can add pictures. This page. It's a nice picture, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes to put the first page, and please raise your hand or write in the text, write in the chat when you've done that. So we do 2 things. One is we're opening up the pages. Once you open up the pages, you can add in videos, you can add in whatever you want on this page because you're doing it for the site. some candidates sites up as well. Great. You can just show the new page up as well. Let's just check that. And if I could have a show of hands if you finished with the work page. Okay. Great. So if you could please I'll ask you please to prepare a blank document with your front page like I've done. Toolbar keeps getting in the way. No. I want you to prepare a first page to put on your website. You could please just raise hands if you've done that. Picture, but there we go. It's a bit my school into yeah. Get rid of this picture. That's why I'm taking this page out, because I'm going to give you a first lesson in embedding. Okay, so what I've done is I've created a Google document, Google Microsoft Word, Google equivalent, Google document, and it's in my drive. Because if I go to my drive, I can see that it's the first page of my drive. I'm now going to go back to my website, which is the it's A2PG, and this is my home page. And what I want to do, I want to insert that I've created in my document. How am I going to do that? I'm going to click on the pencil to edit it. I'm going to click on the pencil to edit. Option here to insert something from my drive, a document from my drive, and I'm going to insert there we go, my first page. Have a look at the different options that I get. I can include a border around the document. I don't think I need that. I wouldn't include a title because you really don't need that. However, the standard size for the height should be 1000, but it could be less. And you can play around with the pixels. I would leave the width empty, click on save. Automatically get a real version, but it's a version, and this version tells me that something is embedded in my site. This is called a Google document, and you'll see why I'm showing this is you'll see this document kind of structure all of your sites once you're embedding, and it shows me that I'm embedding something into my Google site. I prefer to have it in the middle. Some people prefer to have it at the side or right hand side. You can play around with this. And once you get back to the settings, I just click over here to get back to the settings. If I go to save pages, and this is my first page of my internet site. Why have I done it this way? Because if I enter my drive and I get this page, I cannot edit it here because it's part of my internet site. If I go into my drive and I edit this document, any changes that I make there will automatically be updated here. So people to import or embed a page, it doesn't have to be the front page. You can play around with it if you have made the front page yet. But I'd like you to please make your home a page that's embedded. Now, as you can see, if I go back to my drive, I go back to my first page, anything, this is amazing, I can edit and I'm back to my site, and I click the refresh button, which is F5 on normal computers, and it takes a few seconds to transfer, and it didn't transfer. That's lovely. Transfer. Well, there we go. It takes a few seconds. Obviously, many people are working on Google at the moment, and as you can see, it does work. Oh, it's not the wrong page. I'm sorry. It's not coming. Okay, there we go. Okay. Can I just have a show of hands if I can move on? Jake says that I can carry on. Anyone else? Do I need to slow down a bit? Please, so that I know that you're with me. I don't want to lose you because it's only going to get better from here. Ami says that I can carry on. Come on, guys. And let's finish putting in the pages. I'm going to show a few pages in a minute. That's great. Have you put in the front page? Okay, needs done. Okay. I'm very on. I'm hoping that I'm losing anyone. Please, if I'm going too far, please stop me. Oh, we're now going to look at the third option. Photos, and as I showed you before, this pencil over here edits your page. Now there are things that you can do in terms of putting up pictures. The one that I like the best, and that is to embed from your Picasso album. Remember correctly last week, I went into I'm going to have to go into here. I'm going to go into my Picasso web. Some in it automatically goes into my Picasso web, and I share the same element that I wanted to share from before. So if I look on the right hand side, I've got a click here called link to this album. When I click link to the album, look what it gives me. HTML to embed in website, embed slideshow. Embed a slideshow. So I'm going to click that, and it gives me a link. If the photos are the only thing on the page, I would make it an extra large. I'll make it extra large and make it as big as you want. You've got captions for any of the pictures. You can show captions. If you autoplay, by all means, and then you need to copy this embed code. Highlighting it, Control C, and copying it. Just by the way, this will be your slideshow on your side. I then go back to my page and edit. I'm going to show you what happens when if you click on edit, and here I'm showing what not to do. I'm showing this because when people sometimes move too quickly, and then I click save, and that's how it looks like, and it looks like a mess. That's not what I want you to do. The embedded gibberish that you just saw is a code, and you import it as a code. How to write code? You need to click on HTML. HTML, hypertext markup language, and that is where you'll be sticking your code in. And click on update. Here we saw this kind of picture before. It's embedded gadget. I'm going to click on the settings. Let's see what the settings give me. And in the snippet, it gives me the height and the size. It gives me some extra things. I really don't think we once again we need a title. You can put a border around this side, and we're gonna okay. Once again, put it in the middle. So middle, and click on save. And you can pass through the pictures. Do you understand a bit in terms of space, of how much the pictures are taking up space on your site? they're not taking up space at all. Why? Because this code is linked back to your Picasso site, and it's calling it from your Picasso site. And if you don't have a slideshow, you can just add files. Add, let me find the picture. On top. I can add 1, 2, 3 pictures, and automatically add the pictures I need. I bet you'll agree with me that it's not the same. You'll see them when they come up now. These pictures come up at the bottom, and it's really not the same because you can't even see the pictures. I prefer the slideshow option, and it's a really good thing to have. If I can see a show of hands of how many people think that it's a good idea, and how many people, if you could write in the chat, if you could try that now. If not, I can certainly, you can certainly try out when we look at the recordings later on. I think that I've lost everybody because you missed anyone voting or anyone picking up. Not everybody voting. Okay. To me. So what I'd like you to do, please, is just really show the pages that you're working on, and so that I can see how far you're getting, and then it's okay with you. Okay, so we see Naomi's page, but let's see, she's in the photos, not yet. She's obviously working on that. That's fine. And we'll go into Rick's page, see what she's doing on that. It's got a picture here, that's great. Photos, not yet. I'm putting in the photos right now. What I'm going to show you, perhaps, does anyone want me to go back and show you how to put the picture better? Perhaps a stage that you don't remember from last week. If you want me to go and show you, take a 2-step back and just show you about Picasso. People's ability to okay. I'm going to just briefly go back to Picasso. I mean that in order to get to Picasso, you need to type Picasso on the internet, Picasso web album. I upload the pictures. I click on the upload button. The file. Please to call it delete so that I know that I can delete it, and select pictures from my computer. Okay, so it's these pictures over here. I'll just select a few, and I'm going to put them up, and they're going to come up, and there I've got the pictures. I'm going to remind you that you need, once you've got the pictures, you need to click OK, and you share the video, share the pictures that everyone can see them, public on the web. Changes, and the moment you click on public on the web, you get this link to this album. And with the link to the album, you can embed the slideshow, which I did before. Hide the embedded code, click on done, and porting it into your site, which is what we did. I'm going to go on back to the site. Let's just see if we can go to another page. So there's another thing. I'm not just still getting there. Photos, not yet. And we're going back to Ronet's page and Ronet's page. Okay, Ronet, you have made your page in the share option. If people on the internet can't use it, that's okay, it's fine. If that's what you need, but no one will see it. I should change that. Okay, so I'm going back to my site. And I click on the home page. I remind you that it shows me the page that's been updated from my work documents, from my Google Drive documents. I'm now going to show you one or two other embedding options. I'm going to go back to two things that we did last week. One was the flip snack. And that's also how to embed a PowerPoint document. I'm going to show you two options with the PowerPoint document. And assuming your site is fine. Unfortunately, I cannot look into the site at the moment, but I will look into the site later on, and I'll give you constructive criticism and tell you how you can perhaps change it. So I'm going to give you two options for the PowerPoint. We'll go into classes. Now, before into classes, I make classes. Class actually got more than one class. So when I click on the add class, I'm going to put it class 1. I'll just make 3 classes. Class 1. And in this case, I don't want to put it on the top level. I want to put it under classes. Okay, I'm going to create this site here. See, in terms of the order of things, class 1 is under classes. I'm going to create class 2 as well. It's fine, and that's that your computer is working slowly. It's really fine. The purpose of this session is that we're going to try and show you everything that I can, and then you'll work on it and with help. So I'm going to another class 2, and where I want to put class 2, and you want to share it with me in the chat. Where do I want to put class 2? Do I want to put it on top level? Do I want to put it under class 1? Where do I want to put it on class 2? Come up for the first person who puts the answer. I can send the prize directly to your email. There will be someone can give me an answer. Come on. Your computer works slowly. Where am I going to put class 2? Maybe under the top level, under class 1, or in a different location. Well, Ronit, classes, and Ronit, you'll be your email gift later on. And then under classes. After under class 1, then it'll be in a diagonal under class 1. I need it under classes. I need to select a different location and to put it under classes. I've done that on here class 1 and then class 2. Save it. I'm going to just make a class 3. Okay, so I'm just let's ask, how do I embed a PowerPoint file? So there are two ways to embed a PowerPoint file. One is that I click on Add File, and I find the PowerPoint file. Perhaps I put it on my desktop, and perhaps I don't. Maybe I can find in the no, also not. Come on, PowerPoint file. So documents, that's the one here. It's big. I'm just going to put this one up here. And it's a PowerPoint file. And the problem with putting PowerPoint file up over here, you can't see it unless you download it. Okay, one of the options. The option is what I'm going to show you now. And use I'm going to flip snack. Open up my my flip snack. And if you remember last week, I uploaded after getting to know how did I do that. I went into the file and I did save as a PDF. The same way we can do with PowerPoint. I'm going to show you how to do this with PowerPoint. I'll go into my drive. It's getting to know you. Get to know you. And download it as a PowerPoint file. PowerPoint. Downloading here at the bottom. It's quite a file. You guys put in lots of pictures. Here it's ready. I'm now going to open it in PowerPoint. Editing. Save it. as a PDF file. Save as Adobe PDF or save as a PDF file. I'm going on the desktop. Save it as a PDF file. I then go up to the snap and upload it. I'm going to create a new flip and I'm going to select one or two PDF files. I'm going to go and select the PDF file that I made now. Create an internal error again. I don't know why it does that, because it does upload it. I'm going to create the same file that is over as well. What about this file? We've got share, embed, or download. I'm going to embed it. Now I choose the embedded code. I pay for it if you want. I don't recommend that you pay for it at the moment. I'm not supporting Flip at the moment, but I suggest that you use it with a free watermark. And choose the embedded address and you copy it. I am now pros in embedding. I go to my my page, and I'm in class 2, and I'm going to go to embedded. How do I embed it? I click on this thing, and do I stick it there? And you all go, no, because that's not HTML. I need to open up HTML and paste it here, and click it, and once again, I've got my free Google page, I've got my free imported gadget page. I'm going to go into the options and see what it offers me. But I know which you can leave that. We've got the size, the size and the height. You can include part of the title and so on. I don't suggest any of that. Once again, I like to have it. I'm just a symmetrical kind of guy. I like to have it in the middle. Click on the button. And then click on save. At class 2, we have second or 2. I'm just pressing it. Glad that this has happened because I want to show you where perhaps we might have gone wrong and perhaps the Google sites aren't entirely ready. I'm going to flip snack, and if you see the options, I'm going to choose the old version. And perhaps the code that I chose is not okay, the new version. I'm going to go back to my page in class 2. I'm going to go to edit it again, and then click on this and delete it. And I'm once again go to HTML. I see that it's deleted, and I'm going to insert the old and move it to the middle and to save. I hope that this works, and it didn't work that well. That's what worked last week. I'm going to try this more often. In addition, it does use Java and it didn't work at the time. So I'm just going to go into one option, which is embed water, and I'm going to use the HTTPS version, copy, coming back to the flip snack and the work plan in class 2. And at least you're getting a great list embed. I'm going to get HTML, I'm going to highlight this and click the new frame. We'll see that it's working. We'll click on save, and please work completely like working. So you have to click on the HTTPS. I'll show you again how it works, and if you want to double click it to view, and it's just I'm sorry for that. It did work this afternoon. So when I'm embedding from FlipSnap, I can embed button, free watermark, and I have to have the HTTPS. It won't work. Putting the HTTPS, and copying it, closing it, clicking my site, and to the edit button. And I'm going to go to HTML and paste in the information. Okay. So the option is to insert a file. If you can upload the PowerPoint file by just adding a file, I recommend you do that, because in order to view the file, you have to click on it to view it, download it if you want to edit it. There's still options. The difference being that's not working again. Very temperamental, this. The difference being is that this, in terms of your site, if you've only got 10 terabytes for your site, if you've got 10 power files that are huge, you've used all the space in your site. If you're putting up an embedded code, you're not using up any space at all. Okay, so that is dealing with embedding of FlipSnack. I want to show you just one more. If you remember how to embed the Animoto. I'm going to Animoto. If you remember that I dealt with Animoto last week. I did a simple video, and I'm going to go into my video. This is the video that we used last week. The video that we made, I'm clicking on it. Share it. Here we go. We have the embedded code. The embedded code. I'm going to make it a bit bigger, so I'm going to make it large. Quickly for pro users, so we'll make it small. Copying it. Bring it over, and I'm going to put it in embedding just so you can see the difference. I'm going to click on the pencil. I'm going to click on HTML, paste in the code. I'm going to update. Once again, I'm going to move it to the save. Video is over there. And the same with Go Animate, and the same with all the other applications that you're going to embed. I'm just going to recap with the home page, which is up of the document that we edited. You have to have this document as the front page. You can have just the page that you edit yourself. The reason why I chose to embed the document page is that it's just easier to edit it, and mind you that you can edit it you can online and automatically update. Once I edit this page, due to this page, if I make the picture smaller, like this, in a few minutes the page will update. You don't refresh the screen, and showing you the moment that I refresh the screen, it automatically changes. Why I like this is that you can edit it, you could be easy, and you perhaps don't have access to your site. If you do have access to your web page, which seems a bit unimaginable, you just want to edit this page, and you can automatically update your site. Okay, let me give you 10 minutes to. I'm going to make a copy of time than what I've mentioned up till now. I'd like you to please put a note in the chat if something that you want me to go over, if there's something that you want to just rehash, if there's anyone who wants to try one of the two things that we've done so far can help you, or Unit can help you. And then I want to move on to two more exciting things. And an example of our school site we're quite proud of, and you can see the things there. I'd like you to do, perhaps this is the time, is look at Google sites all over the world and see what different people have done with sites. Okay, we're going to have a 5 to 10 minute break. You have to make a cup of coffee, stretch your legs, do one or two embedding things. I say embed, it's not get up and go to where you want to go to. No, not going to your bed, you're going to embed in the side. So that joke works very nicely in face-to-face. Again, I'm talking to a computer screen. So just a copy. Okay, actually, that you added a PowerPoint document in embedding. No, yeah. Photos. Alright. So I added getting to know you PowerPoint. I'm going to open it up. Understand that this is coming from an app's computer, through my computer, through the internet, and it's taking a bit of time, but wow, this is amazing. Well, that's really amazing. I'll tell you, with your permission and what you can do, if you do if you could add me to your, if you could click on sharing your site with me, and I can perhaps add something. I want to give you an idea of how to embed a PowerPoint as opposed to embedding it the way down. So, with permission. I'm kind of edit the things I'm saying. Let's get them back from that. The Google sites that I'm not sure play with me yet. Not and I'm just to sign in, but you haven't given me permission yet. Remind you that in order to give permission, you need to click on the share button. Email, which is howie.gordon@gmail.com, and you can take it off later on, and I won't be able to get into it. Did you, maybe if the computer is working a bit slowly, I'm signing into your site, there's an edit it. Go to sharing and to adding my address there. Okay, thank you. While I need to prepare a site, I'm going to just suggest, perhaps even you could do it. One of the options of getting to know, if you remember, when we embedded the page on the first page, we imported a document. Same way you can import a PowerPoint presentation, a presentation from the Google Drive. It's in Manager. No, it's not. I'm going to show you how to do it on our site, and then perhaps you can do it. For some reason, I can't get into that page at the moment. Okay, if I go into, I'm going to call this class 1, and class 1, I can embed a fine slide, so I'm going to click on page, and I'm going to insert a Google file from a Drive presentation. Click on the presentation of getting to know you. And I'm going to click off all the things I want to make it a large one, and I'm going to click on save, move it in the middle, and here Google presentation, which works as a slide. So I prefer personally the flip snack, because it creates a different effect. Then certainly use this as an option, and it's a very good option. So just to go to that page, let's see something. I've asked to get Dishan there, but I've shown it on my site, and you can certainly do it on yours. I've opened up the page, and it works as a PowerPoint slide. What's nice about this, as opposed to the flip snack, is it keeps the same transitions between the slides. So you can once again embed it as a Google document. I'm just going to show you that once I open up and I insert from the Drive, I can insert a drawing. If you remember, we did a drawing. You can insert a form. If you created forms last week and about 3 times ago, and your next showed you how to add a QR code. So add the form in here. I'm going to insert a form here as well. Insert and go to Drive, insert form, and it'll give me the forms from my Google document, from my Google Drive, and take out the borders and the titles, and I like to put it in the middle once again. Maybe that's just a thing that I picked up. And once again, I've got my PowerPoint show and the text. Then if you've got a text, a text or text from Bible, or from the Tanakh, or perhaps you've got a slideshow of different places in Israel, and you ask the kids to do an online test there. And obviously, as you saw, the grades coming directly in your Gmail, your B Drive, and this would be an amazing activity for Yom Ha'atzmaut or for Yerushalayim if you create all sorts of pictures. Perhaps, let's say, the first picture is of the hotel, the second picture is of Table Mountain, or it could be somewhere in Israel. And questions are accordingly. Name, and then the first question is, what is this picture? Second question, what is this picture? And so on. They're a really nice idea. And the last thing I want to show you, so before I go to that, anything else that we can embed? We can obviously embed a YouTube video if we found. Video, you can include a map. And I'm going to try, and if Nick will let me, I'm going to try and show you very simply how to pinpoint yourself on the map in Google Maps. We tried to do that before on the first lecture. think, and we may get back to that next time to do that. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is how important. I'm now going to go to calendar, just so that people know. I go back to my drive and I click on the 9 dots. I've got an option of Google Calendar. I'm going to create a new calendar called to-do. Okay, and if this is a calendar that I want to share with other people in the partnership that I'm with, I can just add in the address and then share they can make changes and the sharing. Okay. And I want to make this calendar public because I want people to see. It doesn't have to be public if you don't want people to see it. So the calendar name is the Create Calendar, and I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to hide all my other calendars because we really don't have to offer too many calendars. You want to see the P2G calendar. Okay, so I'm going to, what's the date today? Today is the 27th. An online call starting at 8:30. Online call. And I'm just going to edit the event. It starts at 8:30. And I can email the kids, which are you guys. I'm not going to email you now because you're going to get a whole lot of emails in your issues at 10. And that's all that I need to know right now. I'm going to save it. But at 10 o'clock, I've got to the coffee with the family and so on and so forth. And I'm going to click the event. Okay, I've now got a calendar, and this calendar, I want to be able to embed this calendar settings, and I've got you. And code, and you know what this embedded code is because you've seen it before. You don't understand it. You just have to be able to copy the calendar code. Okay, and I'm then going to go back to my site calendar, and I'm going to click on the page, click on HTML, include the calendar. Once I've seen this picture before, it doesn't look very good. I'm now going to change the time. It's all different options of what I can show navigation buttons, include both. Here I have a P2G calendar, and you have options to show a few calendars. But I don't want to show my Google Calendar. I want to show the P2G calendar. And then did it notice that? I didn't choose them. I want to select. I'm showing that. Okay, that's weird. Okay, is it, I don't know whether that's not working. I'll put it in the middle and click on save. Oh. Okay, I see that anything that we have is on the map. The map meaning it's in the calendar, and anything that I update, I'm now going to go back to the calendar, and I'm going to add something else in for tomorrow, or and please, if I don't call you at 1 o'clock, this is just an example. And go back to my calendar page, and it does take a few seconds, a little while, less than a few seconds, and tomorrow at 1 o'clock I have to call you on it. This, people can write in the chat, or if I'll add that in with you. Going back to adding the calendar, there are two ways to add the calendar. I'm going to delete this calendar so that for argument I can show you how to add the calendar. If I insert calendar, I need to insert the P2G calendar, and it'll be all the options that it gave before. and I'm going to show week, show calendar name, show navigation, then I'll take out a few of these, include the title, yes, it includes the calendar. If the size is not okay with what my page says, I can play around with the settings and do save as my calendar. Now, once again, if this calendar is shared in the calendar, if this calendar is shared, I'm going to share it with your net and ask your net to page. Let me just go back to the calendar. Calendar with your net, and I'm going to ask her to add an address or something, your net, and she'll get an email that she can make it and manage the sharing. And the argument's sake, your net probably lives in and add to my calendar. The argument's sake, your net probably lives in downtown New York, where it's very cold at the moment. Just waiting for your net to add something to my calendar. I'll refresh it in case it's already done. Okay, we're just going to add something to the camera and to the calendar, and go back to my calendar page, and I can I don't have to wait for your net to do it, because if I refresh it, your net says it added it. I'm just waiting for it to come through. Go back to my calendar and refresh that. I don't know what added, but it hasn't come through. The intergnomes are not working fast enough. But I'm not added your net to the right calendar. Just go there. Internet nodes aren't working fast enough, but it does work. Trust me. Your doctor. And and I'm not sure why it's not working. I do want to show you that when your net adds in a different color, but for some reason it's not working. Okay, so I'm going to now recap on the things that we have till now. If I can go to the original site, I'm going back to this site. When you first told it, I thought, wow, it's an amazing site, or perhaps you didn't, but now you can see exactly how I did it and how I put it together. I've obviously got a problem because this picture should be in the middle, and it's eating because of issues with the things on the right and the left. But you can see exactly how I put the different. Okay, I just got an email to my message where it says that you need to put in something. I got it to say the Nick has asked me to do something. I really want to show you what she wrote, but for some reason it's not coming up. I think it'll come up in the next while, and I'll show you. Okay, so you know exactly how I put this plan together. Today I asked you to take a few steps in photos all about us. Now, what happens when you go back to your site? It asks you to call something embedding, and you don't want to call it that, you want to call it something else. Because embedding sounds very, very formal. So what is that? Click on embedding. Call it exciting. And I can enter or save, and it automatically updates to exciting things. So feel free to change any of the names that you've made. Class 1 can become 6th grade with the teacher's name and so on, and feel free to play around with this. Anything else that I want to show you for the what I'm up to now, a very basic look at your as a site, and if you use completely with the site for your school. I want to take it to another level, ways where if I click on more, I can edit site layout, making a horizontal navigation. I put a navigation bar over here, creating a header, and so on. I'm not going to play with it too much. And that's asked if you can add a forum to the site. You can go out and add in an external form by embedding it. I'd like to suggest that in order to create a forum, you just allow comments on your site. And if kids can comment, they can add to the forum. Another idea for a forum is to put up a link to a Google document. You embed the Google document in the site, and that can be the forum. I'm not a big fan of forums. I find forum has to be monitored. If a forum is left open, kids take it to any level, and I think that the teacher has to be an integral part of any forum. Very important. The other thing that I want to show you is that you can click on Manage Sites. There are options to change the themes, the colors, and fonts, and you can just play around with it. If you don't like your theme, you can change the theme to something else. I saw some people chose other things. Some people chose the page, and you can just play around. You can put a background image, and I'd like you to play around with that as much as possible. Okay, before I end off, I just want to show you our school site, because the cool gadgets on our school site. Gadgets is you've got a picture that scroll. I like on our page you can say what's new, and anyone who wants to ask me how to do that, you can email me directly and I can show you how to do that. It's quite simple how to do it, but once you get the hang of it, it's really simple. Creating icons, which I actually want to show you how to create an icon now. And I like to have the calendar right in the middle because it's an integral part of our page. Let me ask what theme I choose for the P2G site. I didn't choose a theme, it was complete white, and I preferred it that way. I just wanted a white background, and it makes it a lot easier when you're getting in documents because everything's got the white background. So that's our school site. What happens if I'm in my site, add in an icon. What is an icon? An icon is essentially a picture that has a link. So what I do is I find a picture, I go into it, I'm editing the document. Editing the document, anything that I type here will be seen on the site. And on purpose I made a spelling mistake because anything that I type here will be seen on the site. Please make sure that any right here will have the correct spelling. And I'm going back to edit it, and anything I write here will be seen on the site, and I can add a picture. Insert a picture which I've taken from my computer. I'm going to upload a picture of choose pictures. Of those pictures that I'll take now. Picture, I'll take these pictures and I'll just upload it. It's big. And I want this picture, first I want to make it very small, and I want this picture, when I click on the link, to go to a certain site. Click on change, and I want it to go to is Google, www.google. Thank you, Jenny, for my copy. Another few minutes. And click on, I like to open this link in the browser. I click this. Could I have this page linked to a page in your site? You can click on it that it clicks onto another page inside, but I want you to go to web address, and I think I'm not going. That's send out. Oh, come on. It's supposed to work. That's lovely. Work. Okay, so you're probably shouting how I put the picture in the middle, right? I click on save. And once I click on this picture, it opens up another window into yahoo.com. ask how do I delete the site? I'm going to go back in. Are you talking about deleting a Google site or the Google page? You're about deleting a Google site. So if I go to, I don't know what to delete here. You delete anything, but you go to how it gets paid, and on more, you've got an option to manage the site. Over delete a page to manage the site. But further down, you've got delete the site. Delete the site yet, because I think people may still use access it, but you can delete it at any page. I think you've got 30 days before you get the name of that site again. So think twice before you delete it, to edit it before you delete it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end. I just want to icon show. I'm going to go to a site and click on how to do an icon. I don't know the wrong page. I'm going to go to how to use the area. To go to the photos, and I'm going to add an icon. I'm going to edit. And I will add an icon. Okay, for argument's sake, that I'll find a insert image. An image that I want a smaller image this time. I'm going to pictures. Just icon. I need an icon. Not JPEG. Okay, I'm going to give it JPEG, which is in pictures, and I'll try to find one that's a bit more applicable. I don't have any other things. So I'll take this, which is a map of my wife was looking for a place last week, and I click on OK, and the map comes out huge. I don't want such a huge picture, I just want small, and I click here is a link that the site will go to. If I click, I don't want it to go there, I want to change it, and I want to make it go to or in this case, I want to make it go to somewhere else on the page. I want to go to all about us, somewhere else on our site. There's a site page, all about us. Open new window and OK. I don't know, it's completely jammed over there. Okay, and then for the middle, I know sickness for this middle, and I do save. If I click on this icon, it brings me to the page of all about us. Either link the icon to a page in your Google site or to an external site. I'll go back to this page and just recap from today's lesson that we created a site, and I'd really like to see your work. And the work, I'm going to put it in writing, but the work that I'd like you to do on tonight is upgrade your site. That work that you're going to do, you're going to fix up that it's ready to take the next level. When I say take it to the next level, is put it out there for all to see by sharing it with the people that you're doing the partnership with. And how to embed your code that you say, you can add anything that has an ability to embed. What I recommend embedding is that if we save information on our computer, we're going to use space. If you upload pictures and so on, it doesn't, it uses space, and the space that you have to do limited. I said this before, but your Google Drive, your Google site, email, the same amount of space. So the more stuff you have, the less stuff you know. I had one or two things here. I've added steps to creating a site. You can, that gives you a step-by-step to create a site, and you have to embed a slideshow from Picasa. Any questions before you can now? If not, next Monday We'll be doing a reflection session. I would like you to have a microphone so we can actually hear you, and if possible, a bit of it, we can get to see you, and you tell us face all about yourself and things that you're doing in the partnership world. And like we start on time and finish on time. From me on Torah and Denise in Rana, who hasn't got a voice, so we won't ask you to say anything. Please remember that on Thursday night is an online lesson. They don't have to be online, but you can work online. We'll be dealing with health next week. There's one lesson that's really, really cool to see, the hangout, really fun, and well to play around with. And I bid you a farewell, and we'll see you virtually next week, and some of you will be see you next week face to face, and people know who they are. So, and welcome back to all the people that have come from overseas. Good night, and I'm here available on your net. We're available by email. Any questions, any ideas, please share with us.